This is from Chat GPT, a cartoon of a robot dog, perhaps from Greeneland, a sled dog, a husky, or maybe a Great Dane from Denmark. Robo-dog peeing on a robotic fire hydrant, Donald Judas Trump.
In the world of humanoid robotics, we are witnessing a silent revolution that is redefining what it means to be human. For the first time in history, machines have ceased to be simple tools to become entities that walk, feel, and express emotions so realistically that it's impossible to distinguish them from us. While most of the world still considers them science fiction, countries like China and Japan have already created androids that work in real factories, present news on television, and care for patients in hospitals. These robots don't just imitate humans, they're surpassing them. Do you want to know the 8 most impactful humanoid robots that are changing our world right now? I guarantee some will leave you speechless.
AI isn't just going to change our world, it's going to replace us. Now, before you think I've been watching too many science fiction movies, let me be absolutely clear about something. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm an astrophysicist. I've spent my entire career at the Hayden Planetarium studying the cosmos, dealing with facts, observations, and the cold mathematics of reality. And the mathematical reality of artificial intelligence is both beautiful and terrifying. Here's what fascinates me about this moment in human history. We're witnessing the birth of a new form of intelligence. Not biological intelligence that took 4 billion years of evolution to produce, but artificial intelligence that's advancing exponentially, doubling in capability every few months. Think about this timeline for a moment. Just 2 years ago, most people had never heard of ChatGPT. Today, millions of people interact with AI systems daily. These systems can write poetry, solve complex mathematical problems, generate art, and engage in conversations that are increasingly indistinguishable from human dialogue. But here's what really gets my attention as someone who thinks in cosmic timescales. We're not just improving AI incrementally, we're approaching what researchers call artificial general intelligence, AGI, an AI that can match human cognitive abilities across all domains. And once we achieve AGI, the leap to artificial superintelligence happens almost instantly. From my perspective as an astrophysicist, this represents something unprecedented in the history of intelligence on Earth. For the first time since consciousness emerged from the primordial soup billions of years ago, we're creating minds that might surpass our own. And we're doing it not over millions of years of evolution, but over the span of decades. Let me paint you a picture of what this really means, because the implications are staggering. Right now, the most advanced AI systems require massive data centers, enormous amounts of energy, and armies of human programmers to function. But that's changing rapidly. AI is becoming more efficient, more capable, and more autonomous with each iteration. The writing is on the wall, and as someone who reads the cosmic signs for a living, I can tell you artificial intelligence isn't just the next step in technological evolution. It might be the final step in human evolution, but here's what makes this story both fascinating and terrifying. Unlike natural evolution, which happens slowly over geological time scales, artificial evolution happens at the speed of silicon and electricity.
Here it is from Copilot. Your cartoon alter ego is ready now, a cosmic, whimsical version of you brought to life. I ask Copilot, how would you describe my personality based on our interactions? And here it is. You come across as someone with a rare blend of sharp intellect, playful imagination, and principled seriousness. A few qualities stand out consistently. A creative strategist, a rigorous critic, a world builder with a philosophical core, a performer of ideas, a principled mind, A high bandwidth conversationalist. Wow. And to think I used to get paid a lot of money for doing personality assessments like this, and I don't know if I could do it as well as this machine. No, I take that back. I think given an opportunity, given the data, this machine could do a better job than I could. Well done, ChatGPT. Which image do you like more? Here are the images of me. A little bit like the mad scientist look. Image 1 is better or image 2 is better. I don't know. I can't really choose. I can't really choose. They're pretty much the same to me. Here is what ChatGPT says in response to how would you describe my personality based on our interactions. Based only on how you show up here, your tone, themes, and the kinds of prompts you enjoy, this is how your personality comes across to me. Playful but intellectually sharp. High tolerance for abstraction and meta-thinking. Listen to this. You're very comfortable thinking about thinking. For somebody who has given thousands of intelligence and personality tests as a profession, I think that is apropos. Your satirical instinct with a dark comic streak. Your satire often goes surreal, exaggerated, or slightly unsettling. Not cruel, but sharp. You seem to enjoy pushing scenarios just far enough to expose absurdity, power dynamics, or hidden assumptions. Creative systems builder. Comfortable challenging authority and orthodoxy. Engaged, not passive. Serious curiosity hiding behind humor. If I had to sum it up in one line, you come across as a mischievous, okay, a mischievous systems thinker who uses satire as a crowbar to pry open big ideas. This is from Gemini, Great Dane, peeing on a fire hydrant with an orange mop of hair, but the stream is electronic. Here we have Grok, and Grok does keep a record. So it says, how would you describe my personality based on our interactions to date? And Grok replies, based on our interactions so far, here's the personality portrait that emerges of you, AIET. You're highly conceptual and speculative. You have a strong taste for political and technological futurism. There's a playful contrarian devil's advocate streak. You appreciate visuals as part of the thought experiment. Overall vibe. Think of a mischievous near-future political philosopher who reads too much sci-fi plus too much X at 3 a.m. has a soft spot for grand absurd systems and enjoys seeing how far the simulation can be bent before it makes a really entertaining cracking sound. In short, speculative, provocative, visually imaginative, dryly humorous, and cheerfully apocalyptic in the most civilized Canadian way possible. How close or far off do you think that is?
Thank me for being here. Hello to all the lying liars and the fake news. I invited you here to watch me yell at another world leader. My guest today is a man they call Canada, Prime Minister Mark Carney. He's doing the chicken dance. Can you believe it? In fact, I'd like to see that.
What?
Do the chicken dance and I'll take 2% off the tariff on steel.
2% is 2%. 2% is 2%.
Various COVID drugs. Many people think they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree with the CDC being ripped apart over this question. I want the answer, and I want it now.
But let me start with something you haven't heard about today. And you know, I've been pushing for a National Royal Commission into our COVID response repeatedly. It's a no-brainer, right? We need to know what we got right and what we got wrong for next time, surely. In Canada, some political activists and concerned citizens got so sick of government intransigence that they decided to set up their own inquiry. The very professional and well-resourced National Citizens Inquiry is travelling around Canada taking evidence on COVID measures, treatments, restrictions, and even the media coverage.
Here's another little fact, because the congressmen that vote on the budget got into office by being paid for their campaigns by rich people who don't like taxes. So the political system says spend, but don't tax us. So we run a chronic deficit in the United States. That spending goes out either as transfer payments or goods and services, and that's more than our national income, which is about $30 trillion, and our spending is about $31 trillion. And that's our trade deficit. And for that, Donald Trump blames the world. Okay, I fail him for this if he were my student.
One thing I can promise you this, I will always tell you the truth.
The Washington Post and other fact checkers have found that Donald Trump tells more lies and falsehoods than any president in either party in history. The count is over 20,000.